Coyotes hockey on Fox Sports Arizona is brought to you by Papa John's. Get 50% off at Papa John's the day after a Coyotes win. Promo code Coyotes at papajohns.com. By Sanderson Ford. The best play is at Sanderson Ford. And by Gigablast Internet from Cox. Get ready for the gig life.
Interesting night tonight at Gila River Arena for the Murphy family. Connor Murphy, NHL defenseman, of course, here with the Coyotes. Gord Murphy, his father, once an NHL defenseman himself, now a coach with the Flyers. And so we asked Connor about his dad being on the bench tonight, and we also asked him what his dad's advice was to him as a kid.
His one was move your feet. I think that's still one that he would be able to use against me today. Just always reminded me growing up, little things like that, trying to help along like any dad does.
Memories, guys, we'll send it up to you. I'm sure that Gord will be busy worrying about yelling at his Flyers players tonight.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that. And I don't think Gord was looking forward to this going up against his son. By the way, Tyson, for the record, Dad picked up the tab on dinner last night. I just want to clear that, get that out of the way. Right?
He's not looking forward to playing against his son. Are you kidding me? This is bragging rights for the summer right here.
I think he's very, very nervous if you talk to some of the Philadelphia media that are in attendance here tonight. We'll see what happens. And what a story, and it doesn't happen all that often as we're underway. Coyotes going to try to make it 3 straight in the win column here tonight. As Zbynek McCulloch will look to bring it around. They were terrific in that game against Anaheim, the shootout winner, the broken stick. Shane Doan, the hero in the shootout.
Look at the crowd here tonight. Gila River, packed house here tonight. Doesn't get any better as a player and as a goaltender. Steve Mason coming in here tonight. He's going to have his hands full. The Coyotes offense starting to click a little bit. Mason has struggled this year. And Devan Dubnyk, last 5 starts, his numbers have been lights out. Less than 2 goals he's allowed in each and every game. I'm sure the Coyotes at some point would love to get Mike Smith between the pipes, but Devan Dubnyk has been just too good.
Our starting goalie is presented by Behind the Mask Hockey Shops, 3 Valley locations. As it's played back in behind the net, and Devan Dubnyk will steer it around for Michael Stone. Giveaway here. And now the Flyers, Matt Reed will try to take a shot. He fanned on it as it goes into the corner. Rotated behind the net that time by Mikkel Boedker. Coyotes will try to work it along on the right wing side, and it's cleared to center.
As a player, Matt, there's nothing better than playing in front of a packed house. You can't get up for this one. You better check for a heartbeat, and you throw the Philadelphia Flyers in that mix. As a player, there was nothing like it playing against the big bad Flyers.
At the line, and Connor Murphy couldn't keep that right point, so he'll chase it down. He's out there with Brandon Gormley as Devan Dubnyk will steer behind the net.
You also know what you're going to get out of Philadelphia. They come hard at you, always a physical brand of hockey, so you know you're going to get hit. Got to increase your physical play tonight.
Reeder with a shot and a stop there by goaltender Steve Mason. Goes in behind there, trying to move it along there was Luke Schenn, the young defenseman. Played along the near boards, and it's taken away, and trying to get it out was Brayden Schenn. A couple of Schenns, one a centerman, one a defenseman, as this one goes down the length, and we get an icing call against Philadelphia. And congratulations, making his NHL debut, number 32, Tyler Gaudette out of Hamilton, Ontario.
We've seen a lot of this, a lot of shuffling, revolving door here from Arizona. A lot of players in Portland getting opportunities this year as the Coyotes are trying to create and keep that energy and be a faster skating, more skilled hockey club. Gaudette is the newest addition.
Gaudette gets an opportunity because Joe Vitale out with an injury here tonight, so he'll center that 4th unit with Brandon McMillan and Larry Korpikoski.
That's one thing about Gaudette. He can fly. A great skater. Smooth. He's going to be looking to get in on the forecheck. And no matter what type of player you are in the American League or junior, you come up here, you got to make your presence felt. I talk about that all the time. At the end of this game, you don't want to say woulda, coulda, shoulda. You go out there and get noticed somehow. Whether you're ultra skilled or not, you get in on the forecheck. You bang bodies. And when you have the opportunity, maybe you put one in the back of the net.
Gaudette wins the draw. It's something he's been improving upon down in Portland. Yandel will get a shot through it. It just goes wide. That'll be played off the boards that time by Luke Schenn. And the Flyers will look to move it out. Voracek that time ran into Michael Stone.
Nice look there. Michael Stone jumping up, trying to keep that sustained pressure alive. I love when the Coyotes defense are aggressive, keeping pucks in on the blue line.
Brandon McMillan goes in behind the net. Pretty good board battle there with Mark Streit. Martin Hanzal will take it away. Seems to always play well against Philadelphia as it's moved back and over the line, and trying to get it towards the front of the net that time was the youngster Belmar.
Martin Hanzal had his best game, I thought, of the season the other night against the Ducks.
Belmar with a shot and a stop there by Dubnyk. LeCavalier, the veteran, was in front sniffing around as we take a look at our keys to the game. Tyson, as always, brought to you by Sanderson Ford.
Yeah, Philadelphia has the 29th worst penalty kill in the league. So the Coyotes are going to want to get in on the forecheck, try to draw them into penalties because of that pressure, and shut down Voracek and Giroux. These are their two key cogs. Voracek, number 1 in the NHL in points, and Giroux, their fearless leader, is number 3. So Martin Hanzal the other night, 8 hits in that hockey game, held Getzlaf to 1 shot. He's going to have that same effort is going to be needed here tonight.
Martin Erat to the corner will drop for Hanzal. Hanzal, Erat, and Sam Gagne out there. Boy, Gagne over the last several games, Tyson, has really found a home on that right side. He was the NHL's 3rd star of the week as this one goes down the length, and we'll get an icing call.
Yeah, 7 points in his last 5 games for Sam Gagne. Really starting to look a lot more comfortable, and we've talked about it. Ever since he moved to the wing, he's not playing that center ice position, so all he's got to focus on is the other team's defense, and using a lot more of his energy now in the offensive zone, and leaving the work, the heavy lifting, if you will, to guys like Martin Hanzal below the goal line.
Our mid-first bank on-ice leader. That's the 4th icing early tonight from the Philadelphia Flyers. And Zbynek McCulloch will play it in behind the net.
Well, that's because of the pressure of the Coyotes are putting on their defense, forcing that errant pass out of the zone and down for icing.
Coyotes change it up defensively. Forward unit stays out of Bottker, Vermette, and Doan. Blocked that time by Vermette. Doan will go to work in behind the Philadelphia net.
This is more of that pressure I was talking about. Another turnover by Philadelphia.
Along the boards, and now Vermette to Bottker with a shot, and getting a piece of that was Steve Mason. Murphy pitching in from the right point. Coyotes going to work with the captain, Shane Doan. Frees it to the front, and trying to get a shot away was Brandon Gormley, but that was blocked. And behind the net, Vermette looking to go to work there against Mark Streit. Coyotes win the board battle. And to the line, Gormley tried to keep. They're going to have to clear the zone on the delayed offside. And the Coyotes will use this opportunity to change it up.
Just a tremendous shift out of that Shane Doan, Vermette, and Bottker line. Getting in on that forecheck once again. Philadelphia cannot handle it. Let's look for that the rest of this period.
They have turned it over 5 times now for the defensive zone. And now McDonald, the former Islander, will play it along and back to center for Wayne Simmons. Got to back it over the line that time, looking for Scott Laughton. Into the corner it goes, now out high. And a chance for McDonald, and a glove save that time by Devin Dubnyk.
Let's take a look at that last body of work out of that Vermette line. Shane Doan working the boards. That's what Shane Doan does best. Big foul power forward, a little support by both his line mates, Vermette and Bottker. Couple quick little puck passes, and on the net it goes. No hesitation out of Bottker. Philadelphia's defense cannot handle this pressure so far early in the game, and I also, as I mentioned earlier, I love the defense engaging, getting involved.
Brandon McMillan will race this one across center as he gets it in over the Flyers line. A little feather pass to the front that time. Looking for Tyler Gaudette. Korpikoski goes to work, right wing corner. Fed it to Stone at the right point. Had a bit of a rough ride there, but he stands right up to Van de Velde. Kind of slows the play down a little bit. Flyers bring it right back over the line, and the backhander is on, and it's stopped by Dubnyk. Good look there that time by LeCavalier as the puck will be played out of the corner. Back to the line. Flyers now with a little bit of a push here inside the Coyote zone.
Now, this is not your typical 4th line out of Philadelphia. Big hit there by Stone because of LeCavalier on this 4th unit. Currently in the coach's doghouse. We'll be looking to make amends to that. Trying to get on the board offensively.
LeCavalier was a healthy scratch in 7 straight. Yet another icing against Philadelphia. Well, as we mentioned, tonight is our special Vote Coyotes All-Star telecast. Go to Facebook.com/Arizona Coyotes to vote, and you'll be entered into a drawing to win 4 tickets to the Coyotes game February the 5th, a post-game meet and greet with Yandle and Oliver, and a game-used stick from our All-Star caliber D-men. So visit Facebook now, vote and win. You can vote up to 10 times a day. Let's get those 2 deserving defensemen to Columbus for the All-Star game. What do you say?
I'd love to see Oliver Ekman-Larsson for the first time. Keith Yandle's been there twice, and deservingly so.
You got to send both. Yandle can show him around, right? He can show him the ropes.
Leading the charge once again is Keith Yandle for the 3rd straight year, leading this Coyotes team in points by a defenseman.
And if you watch Diamondbacks telecasts in the summer, you know what it did for Paul Goldschmidt. It got Goldie to the All-Star game for baseball, and hopefully we can do it for number 3 and 23 as well on the 6th Philadelphia icing here in the first 6 minutes 37 seconds of this game.
Well, I've loved this start for Arizona, even though they're outshot right now 4-2. A lot of work down low, and as we talked about, one of the keys to this hockey game is drawing Philadelphia into taking penalties. All that forechecking pressure, that's exactly what's going to happen if they continue to do that consistently. Wave after wave, shift after shift.
Antoine Vermette will take the draw. Flyers poke it in behind the net. Braden Coburn, he lost it. Now after it is Giroux.
This is where you want to see Claude Giroux play in his own zone.
Play back to the line. Stone with a shot. Mason rebound. Oh, and in front that time trying to put it home was Antoine Vermette. Huckabee moved back to center. Giroux has it. That's taken away by the captain. Great back check that time. Shane Doan.
Good back pressure and good defensive play there by Michael Stone, who's had his season high almost 28 minutes the other night against the Ducks along with Keith Yandle.
Raquel Bacher to Doan. They get it deep inside the Flyers zone. Coyotes doing a pretty good job of getting pucks deep here in the first 7.5 minutes of the hockey game. Skating it out will be Mark Streit, and he gets it through center, and this one is dumped in. Chasing it down is Couturier. High off the glass. Kept at the line momentarily before it's knocked away, and Connor Murphy will get it back towards center ice. Before it's taken away, and the Flyers will try to force it through the middle that time with Couturier.
You wonder how much Gord Murphy, is son of Connor Murphy, is actually watching his own team and not his son. All those years watching Connor. Probably a little bit difficult tonight to stay focused.
Out of the zone, and they bring it right back in. Reed looks to drop it to Simmons. Now Simmons gave it off there. Into the corner, McCulloch and Simmons in a board battle. Now this one comes back out high. Unable to keep that time was Braden Shen. Now Braden Coburn will leave it for Shen. This one's going to be played at the line by Coburn, but it's sent wide. Played to the line, but unable to clear was Korpikoski. He'll get a second crack at it. And he skates it up on the left wing side.
Korpikoski, I thought, had one of his best games of the season the other night again. Once using that speed, God-given talents.
At the line, Yandle skates across, looking to set it up for McMillan. Well, Keith Yandle sees the ice so well. Thought he might have had McMillan there as the puck will be sent right back, and Belmar in a chase into the corner against Michael Stone. Taken away, comes back out high, deflection in front. Save that time, Dubnyk.
What a save there by Dubnyk. The shot by Streit, looking for LeCavalier. He hits him too. Dubnyk does not bite. He stays square to the puck.
Stone will dump this one in. Coyotes use this chance to change it up. 10.5 remaining in the opening period. No score. 5-3 shots in favor of the Philadelphia Flyers. Oliver Ekman-Larsson with the puck. Don't forget, you can help get him to the All-Star game in Ohio. Go to Facebook.com/Arizona Coyotes and vote for him and Keith Yandle while you're at it.
Let's take a look at Keith Yandle and how he carries the puck up the ice. Head up, never looks down. at the puck, always looking to generate offense, getting up on the rush. He is a winger's nightmare when you're trying to defend against him. Got to have your head on a swivel at all times when number 3 is out on the ice.
At the line, and a shot taken that time by McDonald goes wide. Comes back in front. Shot on, and a stop there. Glove save, Dubnyk.
Oh, what a play there by Voracek to pull that inside, get inside position, and lets one go. What a save by Dubnyk.
Bacher into the corner. Tried to set it up there for Antoine Vermette. Good pressure by Doan. Flyers will bring it to the line. Forcing it deep that time, Raffl, and he'll send one in behind Dubnyk. He leaves for Ekman-Larsson. McCulloch out with it. Back through center, Doan on the deflection deep. Nick Schultz, the former Minnesota Wild and Edmonton Oilers defenseman. Skates it out through center. Matt Reed will deflect one in. Took a bump there from Dave Moss. Big hit that time. Connor Murphy along the boards.
That's Connor Murphy's sweet spot right there on those sideboards. He's had a few licks this year on forwards.
Toby Reeder gets one deep. Moss goes in. And Coburn will free it for Reed. And out with it through center. As this one is played back in by Nick Schultz. Schultz has been one of the most steady blue liners in the first half of the season for the Flyers. As Reeder will get it back in over the line before it's taken that time. And moved out of there by Nicholas Grossman. For Shed. Nice little move around Korpikoski. His shot was blocked. Ends up in behind the net. Now Simmons trying to dangle against Keith Yandle. That one through the crease. And it'll pop all the way back to center ice. Stride has it. Over the line, Shed. Taken away momentarily. Coyotes trying to get it out. They can't. Simmons with a shot. And a stop that time by Dubnyk. And the Dubs rain down here at Gila River Arena.
And you look where that shot went. Right into the corner. Big left pad save by Dubnyk. Rebound control.
Chance here. Strite. Midpoint. Gave it away. Now getting it right back that time. And a shot wide on an attempt that time by Lawton. They hit the side of the net on the rebound. And it's finally cleared up the ice. This will be an icing call against the Coyotes.
Coyotes are in a world of hurt here. Long shift. Their 4th unit out there. Fresh troops coming out for Philadelphia.
Hey, just a reminder, when the Coyotes win, you win at Papa John's. The day after every Coyotes win, celebrate with 50% off your online order at papajohns.com by typing in the promo code Coyotes. Offer only available online on regular menu prices. Face off to the right of Dubnyk. Good action early here tonight at Gila River Arena as the Coyotes try to make it 3 straight in the win column. Quick change here. Coyotes looking to match it up. Played back by Lecavalier. The shot goes wide. Played off the boards by Erat, and he'll backhand one into the neutral zone. Lecavalier will get it back in over the line. Belmar that time tied up by Michael Stone. Comes back out high. And a look for Shen, and it's stopped that time by Dubnyk. Good action at both ends. Connor Murphy with a big hit early. No score. Welcome back. No score. Flyers and Coyotes tonight as we take a look at our Geico legacy moment. February 14th, 1934. First NHL All-Star game played between Toronto and a group of NHL All-Stars, played as a tribute to Irvin E. Ace Bailey. Toronto won that game a 7-3. Speaking of All-Stars, this is our Vote Coyotes All-Star telecast. Trying to get Keith Yandle and Oliver Ekman-Larsson to Columbus. So go to Facebook.com/Arizona Coyotes to vote for both of those players. And you can vote up to 10 times. So vote early, vote often. If you go there, you'll be eligible for some great prizes as well.
That must have been an exciting time for you as well, eh, Matt? First ever All-Star game you did the play-by-play for?
1934, that's right. How'd you know? I was honored. Thought you had a great second period, too, by the way. In behind the net. Pops out high. Nick Schultz took a shot that went wide. Ends up in behind the Coyotes net. Sam Gagner in the middle of it. Squirts free for Martin Hanzal to just try to settle everything down.
Oh, nice play there by Hanzal to eat the puck. 3 Philadelphia Flyers all over him. He turns back to the boards, makes the safe play.
Gagne threw one to the front. Oh, and an opportunity for Erat, but he couldn't get his stick on it. And this one somehow makes its way right to the crease. And Steve Mason.
Sam Gagne, 7 points in his last 5 games. But that puck doesn't even get to him. If Mark Hanzal maybe tries to press his luck a little bit and put the puck in the middle of the ice, that's what you want to stay away from. Those are the kind of mistakes that Arizona was making earlier in the season. But a lot more efficient and effective in how they're playing in their own zone. Coverage has been tremendous.
Played out. And Stridl sent one in. Dubnyk. And now Antoine Vermette. Taken away that time. Coyotes will set it up on left wing, and Bodker will move it along. Michael Stone finds Vermette. And over the line for Bodker. Walk-up play there. Good play by Mark Streit, the veteran defenseman. Back to center ice. Reed right in the middle of it. And now Michael Stone across center will send one in. Mason lets it go there. Played in behind the net. Out of the line, Connor Murphy keeps. Toby Reeder back to the line. Here's an opportunity. Gormley walking that blue line. His shot was blocked. And it pops free for Murphy, and the Coyotes in reset mode here. Dave Moss will get one over the line, and he sends one deep. Flyers clear it all the way back to center. Gormley looks for the counter, and Dave Moss is there again. Trying to set it up for Kyle Chipchura. Moss takes it away. He's been so good defensively since coming back to the Coyotes lineup. Played the length, and an icing call here against Philadelphia. Well, tonight on Fox Sports Live, it's Black Monday in the NFL. 4 coaches are toast. More on the way. Our insider has what you need to know. The regular season is done, so who's the MVP? Randy Moss and Donovan McNabb will tell you who they chose and more, plus highlights from across the NBA, NHL, and college basketball. 4 coaches gone in the NFL. A couple of general managers let go. A busy day. They'll get you updated on all of that and more on Fox Sports Live tonight. Board battle here, played out. Lawton couldn't advance, so Schenn will pick it up. Drops it. A shot by Breeden. Schenn is stopped that time by Dubnyk.
Oh, nice follow there by Devin Dubnyk. Or right to left, was not fooled on that pass at all.
Sent right back in this time by McDonald. And Yandle to play it. So we saw a bit of a tight game defensively a couple of nights ago when Anaheim was here. Tyson kind of seeing the same style here tonight, I think, a little bit. As Belmar will drop it. A shot batted away that time by Dubnyk. He's lost his goalie stick. Board battle behind the net. They get it to the front, and Dubnyk made that save as well. No stick for Devin Dubnyk. Played into the corner, and they threw it back to the front.
He's got a stick now. He's got Keith Yandle's stick. They make the swap.
Yeah.
Heads up play there by Keith Yandle to help his goaltender out. Philadelphia Flyers, they smelled blood there. They were trying to get everything at the net and at the feet of Devin Dubnyk, but he held his ground.
Hanzal trying to center at that time for Martin Erat. Puck inside the Philadelphia zone. Grossman now. And a rink-wide feed for Voracek over the line. Trying to set it up for Raffl, and it's turned the other way for Gagne. Sam Gagne, left wing boards. Out high, Ekman Larsson, wrister over the top. Steve Mason just kind of swatting away at it there.
Oh, Coyotes, they get an opportunity. They got to start hitting the net. A couple missed shots here, only 4 shots in this first period. That is not enough. I like the pressure they've had down low. Now you got to get that puck to the net.
Reed, and that's batted away by Dubnyk. At the line, the shot goes wide by McDonald. Picked up, and Chipchura will hustle it back through center. Here he comes. He's got some good speed. Drop pass, Reeder, glove save, Steve Mason. And he'll hold on and a little extra. After the whistle, Kyle Chipchura in the middle of it. Well, what a sequence for Devan Dubnyk. Still no score.
Back here at Gila River Arena, time for our Nissan high excitement players as we sort of advance a theory here. Talked about this morning, Matt McConnell. It's semantics. It's the definition of being born or raised in. Sean Couturier was born in Phoenix, Arizona. He remains the only player from Arizona to make it to the National Hockey League officially. He was born. But we're going to go ahead and claim Auston Matthews, one of the rising stars, perhaps the first pick coming up in the 2016 draft. We're going to call him Arizona's own. He wasn't born here, but he spent 1 month in Northern California in his life, the first month, and then was raised in Scottsdale, Arizona. Now, Sean Couturier's father, of course, played for the Phoenix Roadrunners. That's how that whole story came to be, but then he left as the nomadic existence of a minor league National Hockey League player moved on. So we're claiming Auston.
Well,
Is that okay?
I'm claiming Couturier as well.
You want them all.
I want them all.
Okay.
That's all I can
All
say.
right.
Auston Matthews, big part of that Kaha program. What a story he is.
Stopped by Dubnyk down at the other end. And by the way, Auston Matthews is having a little bit of a coming out party up in Canada at the World Juniors. Good look there at Sean Couturier.
And there he is, born in Arizona.
Tyson, I'll tell you what, one of the reasons I think hockey is so alive and well in the Valley at the youth level is a lot of guys like yourself, and I'm going to pat you on the back here a little bit, a lot of you guys and a lot of the players that still live here giving back so much. I mean, think about that. These kids are getting former NHL player tutelage behind the bench. That's not all that common, really.
You walk into the ice den on any given day, and you will see one of us, one former NHL player, and heavily involved, putting in deep roots here in Arizona and a big part of the hockey program over there with the Coyotes at the Kaha. Shane Doan, every time he can get on the ice, he's on the ice with his kids. Derek Morris, Brian Savage, Sean Burke is on the ice whenever he gets a chance to help out on those young goaltenders.
By the way, jam-packed at the ice den today, but another huge tournament out there. And I'll tell you what, it is thriving here in the Valley.
Just a matter of time before you see more and more young kids making their NHL debuts.
Doan now is going to take a shot. He scores! And the Coyotes have taken a 1-0 lead.
Well, all you need, Matt, sometimes is a greasy one to get you going. And Shane Doan got that the other night in his overtime shootout winning goal. And he lets one go. Simple as that. Get the puck to the net. Just the fifth shot of this hockey game. Antoine Vermette, where does he go? Right to the front. Looks like Vermette might get a stick on this Shane Doan bullet as it finds the 5-hole on Mason. And here's the clean breakout by the Coyotes, alleviating that pressure that Philadelphia is trying to put on. And you hear that sound, the thud? That was the padding, the foam on the back of the net. Music to any hockey player's ears.
They have given the goal to Doan. We'll wait to see if they change that to Antoine Vermette. Shane Doan, his first home goal. Now don't forget, shootout goals don't count in terms of the goal tally. He had that unbelievable winner the other night off the broken stick, but Shane Doan right now with his first on home ice if it stands. 8th overall of the season from Bodker and Vermette.
Well, that looks, we saw a replay. We'll show you one at our next opportunity. That puck went in off a Philadelphia defenseman's stick, I believe. So that will be Shane Doan's goal. So 2 straight games, the captain gets on the board.
Doan getting his 8th. Vermette and Bodker assisting. Came in front, Vermette all over it again. Antoine Vermette to the line. He'll play it over the top of that line, and a shot just wide to the right of Steve Mason. Out of the corner. Mikkel Bodker, 2-time that time. Works it down low, trying to set it up for Doan. Played behind the net. Vermette has it. Coyotes want another one late here. Penalty coming up. 10 seconds to go. And a shot by McCulloch is stopped by Mason.
Well, let's go back to that goal one more time. And it's a beauty. Shane Doan gets it to the outside, no hesitation, just throws it on net. And it goes off of, I believe that's Grossman's stick. And through the 5-hole of Mason. And now that line comes right back. And they draw a penalty. We talked about it, one of the keys to this hockey game. Get Philadelphia on the penalty kill. They have the 29th worst penalty kill in the league. The guys would love to do some more damage here.
High-sticking minor to R.J. Umberger. Coyotes go to a late Arizona Lottery Powerball power play, and the Flyers will wrap this one around. Looking to clear it out is Couturier, and that's going to do it here for the opening period. Shane Doan, the lone goal, and it comes late. Tyson, and the Coyotes head to the locker room, leaders at 1-0.
Well, a really good start to this first period and a really good finish to this first period. Philadelphia came on. Devin Dubnyk to the rescue, really weathered a late push by Philadelphia, and then the captain, Shane Doan, as the hot stick gets the Coyotes on the board.
And a minute 54 of carryover time on the Couturier penalty, and the Coyotes will open up the second period on the power play. They lead at 1-0 on Doan's number 8. Stick around. Todd Walsh takes over when we come back. The first intermission of Coyotes hockey was presented by Jack in the Box. Love sriracha? Head to Jack in the Box for Jack's new spicy sriracha burger at participating restaurants.
Associate Coach Jim Playfair joins us just before the start of period number 2. A quick question here. We don't have a lot of time, Coach. A thought on what you saw in that first period, shutting down the Flyers' top duo there, and what needs to happen the rest of the way.
Well, they're a big team that rolls 4 lines. We really have to push the pace of the game, make sure we do a good job. Mason's first game back after an injury, so we have to get more pucks to the net, and I think we have to challenge our defense quicker and more often, make them play behind their blue line and see what kind of game they can push back on us. So I think if we push it up to tempo, get more pucks to the net, we should be in good shape.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Jim Playfair. Matt McDonald, send it back upstairs to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Todd. And a look at the numbers through one period of play. Shot attempts, yeah, Tyson, heavily in the favor of the Philadelphia Flyers, but I thought overall a very good defensive period from the Coyotes.
Yeah, and you saw Philadelphia get better as that period went along, and then the Coyotes took over with that Vermette, Doan, and Bodker shift, and then continued to roll. They drew a penalty, and now how about the start? A minute 54 to start this second period on the power play against one of the league's worst penalty kills.
So we're getting set for the second period. And by the way, another great part of our Vote Coyotes telecast tonight is a $26 ticket offer to the February 5th game when the Carolina Hurricanes are here. Why $26? Well, that's Yandel's number 3 and Oliver Ekman-Larsson's number 23. You add them up, you get $26. $26 will get you into the game. Visit ArizonaCoyotes.com now. You can also call 480-563-PUCK. Offer available during tonight's show. We talked earlier tonight about kids following in their father's footsteps. We've got one of those situations here tonight. Connor Murphy, the defenseman for the Coyotes, and his father, Gord, who was an NHL defenseman, now an assistant coach for the Flyers.
Yeah, only 802 more games for Connor Murphy to catch the old man. 14 years. Gord Murphy played in the NHL, put up some good numbers. Was a great player, played with a lot of teams.
Recent father-son combos in the NHL over the last 6 seasons.
Yeah, pretty neat. That's got to be a real special feeling. It's one thing to watch your son from the stands, as Gord Murphy did, watching Connor Murphy get his first ever NHL goal. But to coach against them, that's a whole other animal.
When I was back in the day in Atlanta, Gord Murphy was a defenseman on one of those teams, and definitely a leadership role on that team. And I have a feeling that through the years, Connor Murphy will wear a letter at some point, probably sooner than later, as we get set for the opening faceoff here to period 2. Don't forget, another minute 50 in the Coyotes power play, so they'll trot out that top unit of Yandel and Ekman-Larsson as the point men, and up front, that'll be Vermette with Bodker and team captain Shane Doan.
Yeah, fresh ice, clean surface. You want to zip that puck around and really be a lot more assertive here on this power play.
Nick Schultz tries to poke it along. Good play by Bodker as they'll rotate it to the line. Oliver Ekman-Larsson tries to leave it inside that point for Antoine Vermette, but the Coyotes will have to set it up again through center. And Keith Yandle looking around with 1:16 left in the Coyotes power play. A little bit slow to develop here as Doan will go rink wide. And the Coyotes very patient here. Good puck possession, taking their time to get this power play set up.
It's not patience. They can't get through the wall here that Philadelphia has built on this blue line.
Here's a chance. Vermette out high. Keith Yandle flips it for Bodker. Side of the net. Doan got a shot away and a stop by Steve Mason.
There it is right there. I love it. That's a confident captain right there. Shane Doan taking the puck to the net.
First shot on this power play for the Coyotes as Bodker wheels and deals. To the line now, Ekman-Larsson. He'll send it across. Yandle with a shot and a rebound in front, but Vermette can't buy it. Now to the line, Yandle for Antoine Vermette. A half a minute to go as Vermette will play it down low. Vermette to the front. He tried to stuff it home. He had Ekman-Larsson there as well, and Bodker too. As now Yandle will bring it back quickly, try to get it in over the line for Gagne. And puck is played in behind the net. 12 seconds left in the power play. Bit of a gamble there that time by Brandon Gormley, and the puck is sent all the way down the length. So 2 shots, that's pretty much going to do it. Just a couple of seconds left. And out of the penalty box is R.J. Umberger. Gormley now back in with it. Battling for it is Martin Hanzal before it's popped free back to center. Gormley settles this down, so the Flyers back to full strength. Coyotes with that 1-0 lead as Steve Mason will steer behind the net. Coyotes trying to make it 3 straight in the win column as Gagne thought he kept it, but that puck goes over the line and we'll get an offside.
Well, let's take a look at that power play. A couple chances here. The only 2 chances of this power play. Shane Doan pops off to the right on Mason and gets a nice pass and right out front. And tries to elevate it over the blocker. Big save by Mason, then Antoine Vermette. Right in front of Mason. Takes that one off the left hand. And can't get to the rebound. So pretty decent movement once the Coyotes gained the offensive zone and moved that puck around as we've seen this year. Not many teams move the puck around as well as the Coyotes do.
Fourth line out there now for Dave Tippett. Tyler Gaudette centering that line with Brandon McMillan and Larry Korpikoski. Now Korpikoski, great feed. Murphy with a shot. Loose in front, and they can't bang it home, but a good read as Gormley will set it up. Connor Murphy trying to force it down low. Remember earlier tonight on Coyotes Live, we were talking about how his dad, Gord, the assistant coach of the Flyers, was always screaming at him to keep his feet moving. They're growing up, and he did a nice job there as it's played by McMillan.
Oh, that just gave me nightmares of my father. I think every father in the stands giving it to their son.
Right in behind the net, battle there, Gaudette. And now it's taken away. The Flyers will get it out through center. This one's going to be flipped into the corner. Racing after it there is the ageless one, Vinny Lecavalier. Coyotes will try to get it out. They clear it back to center. 14-9, Philadelphia with the shot's edge, but the Coyotes getting a late goal in that opening period. We believe it's Shane Doan's goal. They've looked at it a couple of different times as Toby Reeder will bring it in. Drops it. Moss with a shot over the top. Oliver Ekman-Larsson will reset in the neutral zone. .345 gone here in the second period. Moved along by Moss as he enters the Philadelphia zone. Mason will let it go for Streit. Mark Streit cleans up a bit of a mess, and the Flyers will bring it out. Raffle over the line. Took a hit that time from Hanzal. And he'll go straight to the bench. Good board battle here as Hanzal now will flip one in. Nick Schultz after it against Sam Gagne. Now Gagne plays it out of the corner, try to feed one in front. And it'll be turned out of there by the Flyers, and they bring it right back through center for Giroux. Into the right wing corner as Voracek goes after it against Ekman-Larsson. And the Hanzal tries to move it along, and the Coyotes will stretch it out, and here they come. He ran out a deflection into the corner. Steve Mason will flip it in behind the net. Gagne trying to intercept it. Antoine Vermette on the right side that time. Nice move on Andrew McDonald. Up to the line. Chance Stone. Now Vermette wisely will dump it to the corner where Erat gives chase. Vermette now feeds it out high. Yandle tried to get it across. Deflected that time and now cleared out.
And a lot more pressure here from Arizona. Once again, getting that puck behind Philadelphia's defense.
Yandle clears the zone. Could have been a 2-on-1. Good defensive play that time by number 3. Antoine Vermette. Knocked away. Simmons on the counter for Philadelphia. Rink wide. It goes and it rolls in front and blocked away and set wide. Michael Stone falling down that time as Doan will try to play it out. And he knocks this one up the ice. Could be an icing call as the Coyotes are guilty.
Well, let's go back to Korpikoski, and this is all about hard work and winning those board battles. Korpikoski does it, gets the puck, brings it down low, and then gets a second chance to get it back to the point, and where does he go? Right to the front of the net. McMillan, Gaudette, and Korpikoski whacking and hacking in front of Mason. And that's the key. That's how Korpikoski is going to get rewarded. Big part of his game is speed and relentless pressure, hounding that puck. He's done a real nice job of that the last game and a half.
Our Schwartz laser ice interview from the ice. Unable to clear. No, they say it came out. Unable to keep was Mark Streit, so the faceoff will be brought outside the zone.
Well, I don't think Dave Tippett is going to want to change a thing here, how this club has started the second period. Exactly how they finished at first.
We've seen it for a few games now, Tyson, defensively. What are you noticing? Why the change all of a sudden?
Well, I mean, obviously their coverage has been real good in front of Devan Dubnyk, but right now they're just following the game plan and they're executing. They're outworking Philadelphia, much like they did the other night against the Ducks. That's how this team has to play. They can never get outworked. They don't have enough skill to allow that to happen.
Played in over the line. Reed tried to get one to the front. Umberger with a backhander that ends up in behind the net. Connor Murphy right in the middle of it with Tyler Gaudette to the line. Good keep there. Streit. That was blocked away out high by Brandon McMillan. Big board battle here. Tyler Gaudette. Connor Murphy. Gormley across center. He finds Gaudette. He'll send one in. That's the book on Tyler Gaudette down in Portland. I guess a very good defensive player. Didn't have a lot of points. Got better and better as the season wore on in terms of face-offs. I know he's been doing a lot of work down there with the coaching staff led by Ray Edwards. Played in behind the net. Coburn coughed it up. Bit of a rough ride that time for Martin Erat. Flyers will look to get it out. LeCavalier blocked away. Gagne will steal it away. Gagne drops it. Hansel to the front. And it's underneath Mason, and somehow he's able to hold on.
I wasn't privy to the pregame speech by the coaching staff, but I have to imagine they're happy with the way you guys have executed that. Am I right?
Yeah, we just got to keep going. I think we're keeping our game simple right now and trying to put as many pucks as we can on their net and move the puck smoothly through the neutral zone. We'll be all right.
How about you personally, coming back from that injury? Seems like you're really starting to find your game again.
Yeah, it's never fun to come back from an injury. It's tough, but you just got to keep working at it. And I had a good chance to work on my conditioning as well in the end, coming on the end of the injury. So I feel good, and it's great to be back.
All right, good luck.
All right, thanks.
Brandon Gormley and Tyson, he really is trying to establish himself as a regular in the lineup, and he's played his best hockey ever since his last recall. It was unfortunate that he had that injury in Edmonton, but it brings up a good point about the conditioning aspects. You can still do that while you're out of the lineup, depending on the injury, as this one is sent wide, and playing very well, number 33, Brandon Gormley.
Well, the big thing with a defenseman, a young defenseman, is getting your hesitation out of your game. When you hesitate at this level and at this speed, it just brings on all sorts of trouble. I think that's the biggest thing from Gormley, is he's really taken that out. He's trusting in his abilities and his instincts, and he's going for it.
Yeah, you're done. If you hesitate, you are toast, as this one is going to be taken away. Played all the way back through center ice. Now Stone will move it along, and Reeder will tip one in. Steve Mason around the boards. Good lock-up play by Moss. He works into the front. Reeder, oh, and he's robbed by Steve Mason. What a setup play that time, Dave Moss.
Oh, what a play all the way around. Again, just too much pressure for Philadelphia to handle.
Chipchura tried to get one in front. Play to the line. Stone. And now Kyle Chipchura looking to go to work. Fell down, but he keeps the play alive. Moss comes over to support. Flyers will get it out. In over the line. And a shot taken that time. Stopped by Dubnyk, and it's cleared out of there all the way back.
Devin Dubnyk just makes it look so easy. One and done for Philadelphia. They are just unable to get any sort of sustained pressure.
Donan around the boards. Bodker, he'll jam it off the boards through center.
You can see the frustration starting to build from Philadelphia, particularly their skilled players.
5 Coyotes around, a couple of Flyers players there. Great sequence, this one into the bench. And what a chance at the other end. We talked about how good Dave Moss is defensively. He creates the turnover to set it up for Reeder.
Well, he sure does. Chipchura and Reeder getting in on the forecheck. Philadelphia coughs it up. Nice cute play there by Moss. Down to Reeder. All sorts of speed. Just can't beat the left pad of Mason, who throws out the fire poker, goes for the poke check. I'd love to see Reeder a little bit more patience and confidence, carrying that puck a little bit farther to the outside. You can do that with that kind of speed.
Played in behind the net. You know, when you were talking about the play in this game with Brandon Gormley, you guys were talking about the defensive play as well. Philadelphia, how about this? Just one shot over their last 11 minutes as this one's batted away by Mason.
Oh, it's because they're in their own zone this whole second period.
Way back in, Matt Reed can't move it along, cleared out.
One defenseman right now for Philadelphia can make a pass either. They're having all sorts of problems.
Gormley trying to move it along. Good lock-up play there along the boards by Matt Reed.
We'll talk about Gord Murphy, talking to Connor Murphy about moving his feet. I'm sure he's sending that exact same message to his defenseman.
That one deflected off a Philadelphia Flyers stick. Could it be a penalty? We'll check when we come back. Just moments ago, the officials in this game huddled. They were wondering if it was a delay of game penalty. Happened in the defensive zone. Whose stick did it go off of?
Well, it should have been a penalty, but this is not reviewable. So they got to make sure they see that on the ice. The stick was definitely in the vicinity, but Connor Murphy got away with one. He will remain on the Coyotes bench, and they will stay 5-on-5. The Coyotes getting a little luck from the referees as well here in this one.
Shot 6-1 Coyotes here in the second. A differential for the game now of just 3 as Martin Hanzal will try to work one towards the zone, and it goes up and out of play. Well, as part of our Vote Coyotes All-Star telecast, here's another chance for you to win just by tweeting. Send a picture of you voting to Twitter using hashtag #VoteCoyotes, and one lucky fan will win a puck signed by the 2015 Coyotes All-Stars. Remember, the deadline to vote is January the 1st, so vote now. As they used to say in Chicago, vote often. You can also go to Facebook.com/Arizona Coyotes. Vote and get entered into some of those great prizes here tonight. Offside, meanwhile, at the blue line.
Good coverage by Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Martin Hanzal on Giroux. And we often talk about Martin Hanzal and what the forwards are doing and who's responsible for shutting down the opposition. But typically it's Oliver Ekman-Larsson that's in charge of that from the back end. Every time Giroux steps on the ice, OEL typically does as well. Although the other night, Getzlaff saw a lot of Keith Yandel and Michael Stone. Stone played almost 28 minutes in that hockey game, and Keith Yandel hit the 30-minute mark. Not ice time.
Yeah, played to the line, and a glove save Mason as it pops free. Flyers will try to move it up the right wing boards, taken away by Moss. And he'll let a shot go. There's a similar position where he created the turnover leading to the Reeder opportunity. And now LeCavalier in over the line, wheeling, trying to get a shot through traffic that goes wide. And behind the net now, LeCavalier, who's come to life as of late. 3 points in his last 3 games. At the line, Coburn, his shot, and a glove save there for Dubnyk.
And no rebound from Devan Dubnyk. He'll gobble those up all night long. Allowed to see a lot of these point shots because of the job from the defenseman in front, knocking guys down, boxing players out. Philadelphia just not willing to pay the price here tonight to get to the middle of the ice and to get to the front of the net. It's a little hard to believe in a Craig Berube type coach hockey team. Ian LaPerriere as well behind that bench.
Jake Voracek in behind the net. Trying to go to work. That hit Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Voracek comes away with it. Heels to the front. And across it goes. And a glove save. Devan Dubnyk.
And Giroux looks to the skies. How easy does he make this one look against one of the best point guys in the NHL? That puck kind of bobbles a little bit. And watch Dubnyk. He's up, he's over, and he swallows it up.
That's our Chaz Roberts cool play of the game. Raffl. Around the boards, McCulloch. Going to try to move it up. He had Doan. Coyotes trying to get it out. Doan locks it up, and he'll clear it back to center. 1-0 Coyotes on a goal by Shane Doan. Flyers with the puck. Right over the line, Raffl has it. He's got room. He sent it wide. What an opportunity there for Michael Raffl.
Oh, was that ever? That was ripped.
Back it over the line, but this play is offside, and now some pushing and shoving. And Doan right in the middle of it as McCulloch got a bit of a bump.
I like it when the Coyotes are playing this way, aggressive, finishing their checks. Sold-out barn here at Gila River brings out the best in them, that's for sure.
Downstairs, Todd Walsh.
Hey, guys, I just wanted to chase that Devan Dubnyk save. I don't know if you heard what he said on our post-game show the other night. He talked about how comfortable he's been feeling between the pipes. I said, well, why? What's the reason? He talked about the confidence that he has, being set, reading the play better, knowing where the puck is, but then he threw this line. I'm just feeling comfortable with my teammates on the ice, and the feeling is obviously reciprocal. The one word they keep using to describe him, calm.
Well, that's for sure. Looks like sometimes there's ice going through those veins. Seeing the puck, it's like a beach ball coming in on him.
He had a rough year last year. He was well-traveled. Montreal, Nashville came in front.
You love to hear those stories, don't you? Resurrected his career so far under Sean Burke. Just tweaking his game a little bit.
Good board battle in the corner. Tyler Gaudet's lost his helmet. He'll try to play it away. Got it to the line, couldn't get it out, so the Coyotes chase after it with Keith Yandel sending it behind the net.
Oh, another big hit there by Michael Stone.
Now we got a whistle here, evidently a hand pass, and this thing's starting to heat up.
Oh, yeah, have a seat. That's Stone's second big hit of this hockey game. He's getting chippy, Gaudet, no bucket. That's old school. Salad flowing. There's the hit. Those are the type of guys you want to hit.
Good hard hockey player right there.
They're skilled players. Michael Stone, a little nip above his left eye, or below his left eye, I should say. Not afraid to get into the corner, stick his nose in there.
Coyotes win the draw. Brandon Gormley up the left wing finds Martin Erat. Erat dangles around Couturier. Gets it in. Gagne right side with a shot over the top. Holmley's going to have to chase this one down. Holmley got upended. Play rolls on. Goes behind the net. Couturier. Try to work it out high. Coburn will play it inside the right point. That was blocked by Erat. Well, Couturier try to get it through traffic. Loose. And this one is covered by Dubnyk.
You look at all that pressure by Philadelphia. That was self-imposed. Coyotes with a real good chance at the other end. Gagne rips one, but over the net, it rims around the glass, and back comes Philadelphia. You got to hit the net. We've seen that a couple times this year. You miss the net at one end, it ends up in the back of your net in the other.
We saw that the other night. It was a 3-on-1 one way for a shot that missed everything, and a 3-on-1 the other way. Good look at Brandon Gormley.
Yeah. You don't want to give any freebies. Philadelphia, if they get their game going, they'll create enough on their own.
LeCavalier, he shoots one through the crease. Played back of the line. Grossman with a shot. A backhand bid there was denied. Play back through center. Moss now stretches it out. Stone over the line will take a shot, and that one will be called back. Offside of the Coyotes.
Arizona's going to look to snatch that momentum back. That's got to be the message here on the bench. A couple good shifts by Philadelphia. Now Arizona needs to come back with one as well. A little bit more offensive zone time. Still only 13 shots total for the Coyotes in this game. That's not enough rubber.
Sent all the way down, icing here, Philadelphia. So the Coyotes will enjoy an offensive zone faceoff here late in the second period with 6:09 remaining. You mentioned the shots, 17 for the Flyers, 13 for the Coyotes. And again, a little more of a defensive game. What I've loved is how the Coyotes have covered in the neutral zone here tonight, Tyson. For the most part, I think they've been very, very solid with numbers as Ekman Larsson will play it in behind the net. Chipchura now had to let it go there.
That's another department Arizona's got to do a better job at. That's winning faceoffs. A little bit too much chasing right now.
Here's an opportunity. Chipchura got tangled up that time with Stripe. Reeder couldn't keep, and so it's moved out of there. Look deep and into the corner now. Raffle works it in behind it. McCulloch's going to have to go after it against Voracek. Comes back to the line. McDonald with a shot and a stop there. And Dubnyk reaches out. Perfect positioning. Devan Dubnyk. In a 1-0 game.
Here's a look at Oliver Ekman-Larsson and his offensive instincts. He's going to come up in the play, and then he's going to recognize that this guy's coming back. So he gets back to make sure he's in the proper position. And then you watch McCulloch come right across the ice to help out his partner, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, who gets caught up the ice a little bit too far. Real nice talk, communication, and the chemistry between those two defensive partners.
Coyotes trying to clear it out for Matt. Now Stone gets rid of it quickly. This one's going to go all the way down, and icing here against the Coyotes.
It's all about recognition, and Oliver, he loves to pitch, be aggressive in the offensive zone. But when you know that Philadelphia's got numbers and they're coming at you with speed, you got to back off a little bit. And then another good read there by McCulloch to help his partner out. It's all about supporting layers, defending in layers. One guy gets beat, there's another guy right there.
Well, that's been the Coyotes' MO through the years, especially in the years under Dave Tippett. Layers, and that's a key word, but it's so important when you have a team where everybody needs to contribute on a nightly basis. Yandel will block that one away. Doan trying to chip it off the boards, and a smart play there, and another example of just to chip it out to live another day. And now another faceoff coming inside the Arizona zone, but an opportunity to win the draw and maybe get your offense set up.
Yeah, still though, I go back to when you have momentum, you don't want to give it back. And some of the ways you give it back is, as we talked, taking a penalty, having a bad shift, missing the net, and back they come, and now the Coyotes are back on their heels. It's a crazy thing, but momentum shifts in a game. That's what it's all about.
Shane Doan might have been interfered with. We roll on as it's forced out. And Strite now inside of his own zone for Grossman. He'll play it up on the left wing side where it's taken by Keith Yandel. Gagne and now Vermette move this one right back in. Vermette trying to get around the defender. So Gagne will come in. Coyotes get it to the line. McCulloch with a shot. Stop. Rebound. They score. And it's Antoine Vermette. Loose at the doorstep, and he puts it home for a 2-0 lead.
Well, this is just a gift for Antoine Vermette. And kids at home, if you're watching, this is how you get rewarded. You get rewarded for hard work. You put the puck into a safe area. You get in on the forecheck. The puck goes back to the point. Look at Antoine Vermette battling in front. Doesn't even see it. The rebound drops right at his feet. He doesn't even know where it is. Oh, there it is. Thank you very much. Empty net. Big goal for Antoine Vermette to snatch back that momentum and increase the Coyotes' lead.
15:31, the time of Antoine Vermette's goal. And don't forget, they have still credited that first goal to Antoine Vermette. So technically, he has two here tonight, although we believe it was Doan as this shot was sent wide. So Vermette getting the goal, his 9th.
Another big goal. Another big goal for Antoine Vermette.
But you're right, Tyson. He could have quit on that play, but he forced it deep. 100th career point as a Coyote as well.
Yeah, putting it into a safe area. You can't say enough about that play. That's simple hockey. But in today's game, how they play systematically, you got to make the easy play and they get rewarded.
I like simple. Played into the corner. Shocker there, huh? LeCavalier can't get it out. And now it's moved out of there this time by Luke Schenn. Played right back in. Dubnyk's going to play it in behind the net.
And that's just more pressure. And another example, Philadelphia has horrible in their own zone. No question, the Coyotes are just looking to expose that much more as this game moves along.
4 Flyers down low. Stone kept momentarily. Turnover here, Reeder. This one's going to be knocked away by Stone. Coyotes will get it out. Back to center, Moss trying to go wide on that left wing side. Moss to the front, but Reeder unable to put it home. He couldn't get the feed that time, but he makes a nice play on the back check. And that allows Tyler Gaudette to gum it up a little bit inside that point before it's cleared out. A shot taken that time, Yandel. And Reeder, I believe, on Brayden Schenn, and the puck will be moved out and all the way back up the ice. Dave Moss can't keep. Played out of the zone and back through center. Turnover here. Chip Chiro will move it along, and with it is Doan. Doan will send this one around. Simmons intercepts to move it back for Philadelphia.
That's just a bad pass right there by Simmons, right into the feet.
This one into the Coyotes bench. Well, you've been talking a lot about momentum tonight, Tyson, but you're right. And the Flyers had a little bit of it. Ben Vermette gets his second of the game, and now it's tilted back the other way.
Yeah, very much so. And I'll tell you what, the more pressure you put on Philadelphia, the more times they cough that puck up. They just cannot handle the speed right now that Arizona is playing with, and just badly getting outworked. And you got to look for Devan Dubnyk, too. The storms that he's weathered when Philadelphia has found their game.
Back with it and in over the line. Vermette, he shoots, he stopped. Rebound, Doan, and he ripped one wide. That might have gone off Grossman's stick.
Right off the pumpkin of Grossman.
In behind the net, Doan. Played out of the corner. Raffl's going to try to move it out, and he brings it back through center ice. Also go down the length. This could be an icing call. Dubnyk's out to play it.
That had to have been scary for Grossman. Seeing that puck coming toward his head.
Coyotes can't clear. This one sent over the top of the net. 1:28 to go. Coyotes are with a 2-0 lead here late in the second. All the way back it goes, and in over the line. LeCavalier got bumped off the puck. Coyotes will get it out. Martin Erat back through center. McDonald. And now LeCavalier will get it back in over the line. Play to the corner, Belmar. Out high, Shin with a shot, never made it. Under a minute to go here in the second. Philadelphia now with momentum.
That's a bad thing if you're Philadelphia and your fourth line has been your best line of the night.
Gamble's going to try to take this one away with 46 to go in the period. Ropes it up the near boards and cleared out. McDonald will send one right back in. And Michael Stone plays it in behind the net for Keith Yandle. Up the boards. And the Flyers couldn't keep it in, so it's offside against Philadelphia. 3 things you need to know about our upcoming intermission tonight here from Gila River Arena. Todd will talk with number 50, Antoine Vermette. We'll also give you an update from the World Juniors, another big day for Team USA, and another installment of Nasher Knows. And I hope the kids watching tonight, Tyson, do take your advice to heart to keep an eye on Antoine Vermette. Never quits, always making things happen.
Well, and you always go to the net. That's the biggest thing. You go to the net, you stop in front, you'll get rewarded.
Go to the net just like Vermette, right?
There you go. You're on to something.
Maybe I'm Dr. Seuss and I don't even know it. Played into the corner, 5 seconds to go. And the Flyers will send it around as Coburn will just kind of kill clock, and that's it. 2-0. Hometown crowd on their feet as the Coyotes lead the Flyers by a pair here. Devin Dubnyk's been terrific so far, 19 saves, and a great crowd here tonight at Gila River Arena.
Yeah, once again, the Coyotes, they weather a push because of their goaltender, Devin Dubnyk, and they find their game. They find that forechecking pressure that has coughed up and created so many chances for. They need to do that here in the third period. Keep that foot on the gas pedal, Matt.
Coyotes being outshot 19-15, but that doesn't matter. They've got a 2-0 lead. Antoine Vermette with a pair. He'll visit with Todd Walsh when we return. Coyotes hockey on Fox Sports Arizona is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. And by Behind the Mask Hockey Shops, serving Arizona since 1994. Visit one of our 3 Valley locations or shop online at BehindTheMask.com. Big night for Antoine Vermette and the numbers through 2 periods. Take a look at the hits. The Coyotes so far through 2 have 40. The other night when Anaheim was here, they had 44 for the game. That was a season high. They should eclipse that. That's been a big part of their game here tonight. Speaking of games, it's the NHL debut of one Tyler Gaudette. Your thoughts on his game so far, Tyson?
Well, I thought he's been good. He's played almost 9 minutes in this hockey game. He's our APS Energy All-Star for a reason. And the good thing is he's been good in this game, but he's only going to get better. He skates extremely well. He's very good and reliable in his own zone. You know you're not going to get hurt out there if you're Dave Tippett. Very confident in putting him out in different situations. You're not going to put him out in key situations yet, but he's played a good part of this hockey game. Typically your first game, you play 6 or 7 minutes. That's not been the case here for Gaudette. He has impressed the coaching staff, I would think, here in his first ever game.
So we're getting set here for the third period of play as the Coyotes carry a 2-0 lead into the final 20. On a pair of goals by Antoine Vermette. Martin Erad with an assist tonight. Mikkel Bacher, Zbigniew McCulloch, Shane Doan, all strong games as well.
There's a look at the captain, and I believe that's still going to be Shane Doan's goal. First of this hockey game, and Coyotes leading 2-0, and we talked a lot about Voracek and Giroux and shutting them down, and the Coyotes have done that. Only 3 total shots for those 2 players so far in this hockey game. You know they're going to wind it up here down 2-0. The 2 top point getters in the NHL. Voracek number 1, Giroux number 3.
And that man, Craig Berube, cannot be happy, the head coach. Berube with 159 points in over 1,000 games, but he had 3,149 penalty minutes as a player, so might have gotten interested a little bit there.
Yeah, if we can, I'd love to see a close-up of those eyes of Berube. I came face-to-face with those once, and it didn't go so well.
You fought him?
Well, it was not by choice. Line brawl in Calgary.
You got guts.
Like I said, not by choice. My gloves were sewed on. He ripped them off somehow.
Back of the line, kept by Yandel. Will try to work it to the front. That goes wide of Steve Mason. Opening minute here in this third period of play. Gagne now lost it. It's going to be played to the line. Great keep by Yandel, and he'll start it over again, but this one goes off the netting. So Craig Berube, I mentioned the 3,149 penalty minutes in his career. Highest PIMs per point. He's third.
Wow, when you have the nickname Chief, look at those eyes. And not too deep into those eyes.
He replaced Peter Laviolette a couple of seasons ago behind the Flyers bench. Yandel kicked away that time by Steve Mason.
Pretty gritty coaching staff here in Philadelphia. No surprise being the Philadelphia Flyers. Ian LaPerriere, tough as they come as well.
Played all the way back, and we're going to whistle here on the offside. We mentioned Berube. Gord Murphy to the right. Connor's father. That's Ian LaPerriere, and Ian was tough.
Tough as they came right there. Just a battler, a warrior.
Were you with him in St. Louis?
No, I was not. But he was a fan favorite there everywhere he went. Fans loved him. He gave his heart and soul.
Forced to retire due to injury. Connor Murphy will try to get it in behind the net, taken away. Flyers with a push here as Wayne Simmons now working along the right wing boards. Coyotes trying to get it out. Simmons good keep, but it's poked away by Reeder.
Well, that's why Dave Tippett loves Reeder so much, because of that effort right there. Such a good stick. Never hurt you.
Playing along, Coyotes will move it out. Chipchura back to center for Dave Moss. Reeder now into the corner. Chipchura has it. Feeds it to the point. Yandel with a shot. Stop. Rebound. Mason was swimming there, and it's going to draw a penalty. And again, there he is, Toby Reeder.
Yeah, and this whole play developed because of Moss. He throws that puck much like the Vermette goal. He throws it into the corner, and Reeder gets on his horse, and he gets to this puck, and then it goes right back to the point. Nice play there by Chipchura, and Yandel fires it, and Reeder's right in front and gets tugged from behind. Nobody draws more penalties than Tobias Reeder on this Coyotes hockey club because of his speed.
Scott Laughton goes for the hook. Another Arizona Lottery Powerball power play. Bodker sets it up on the right side out there with Vermette and Ekman Larsson. Wrister right to the glove.
This one would sting. The Coyotes can find the back of the net here on this power play and go up 3-0. This would leave a dent. Coyotes win the face-off. Quick puck movement. Bodker draws two defenders to him, and that puck goes right to the front of the net, but nobody home in front of Mason.
Coyotes with a couple of shots on their power play. They're 0 for 1 so far tonight with the 2 shots. And 1 on this one. Ekman Larsson and Yandel as always. As the pointman on this first power play unit. Stripped away by Giroux. Nick Schultz now. And he'll look up the ice and send right back in. So the Coyotes have to reset here with a minute 23 remaining in their man advantage. Played back and over the line. Bodker with room. He hits the trailer. It's Ekman Larsson. He shoots. He scores! Oliver Ekman Larsson. Power play goal, and it's 3-0 Coyotes.
He's got that shot down. Pat, I'll tell you, that is 9th of the season. And how about this pass by Keith Yandel? Look at the saucer pass right onto the stick of Bodker, stretched out on that blue line. And he finds his good buddy, Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Talk about offensive instincts. He sees a hole. He gets it on and off the stick. Beautiful shot by Oliver. That is a missile past Mason. Right under the ears.
Ekman-Larsson is ninth. Bodker and Yandle assists. 2:48 on the power play. Icing the call here against the Coyotes.
I can't tell you what a pass that was by Keith Yandle.
That's got to be worth some votes. Go to Facebook.com/Arizona Coyotes.
And look at this pass right to Bodker. Saucer pass right onto the stick of the stretched Bodker. Puts it right on the tape. That's a roof job by OEL.
Yandle started the play. Oliver finished the play. Into the corner, we've got an injured Coyotes player, and I believe it's Connor Murphy.
Connor Murphy is down in the corner left of Devin Dubnyk. Let's hope he's okay.
Connor Murphy now as Jason Service, the athletic trainer, comes out to take a look. He got his bell rung.
That's going to be tough for Gord Murphy, who's on the Philadelphia Flyers bench. Any player on the ice, but to see your son.
Boy, oh boy. Well, let's hope he's okay. He's getting off under his own power. Jason Service out there quickly. There's Dad Gord.
You got to think your fatherly instincts kick in at this point, and there's Murphy. Goes in awkwardly. It looks like he catches the rear end right in the midsection. Maybe just winded.
Well, he stayed out. He's staying out. He's going to be out there for the faceoff, I believe. But
no, you got to get yanked.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the whistle blew, so he's got to leave.
I think he was just winded on the play. And I can tell you, there's nothing worse than being winded. Getting the wind sucked straight out of your belly.
Looking over at the Flyers bench, and from here, it almost looks like Dad Gord is trying to steal a glance over to the Coyotes bench to see if his son's okay.
You can't see past my nose.
Him behind the net.
Oh, that's funny.
That was one of your better ones of the night.
Oh, Devin Dubnyk is down as well.
Jeez, oh man. Let's hope he's okay. Into the corner, Yandle. Outlet for Gagne to cross center. Backhands one in. Elmar is going to try to move it along. Played all the way back, and now Dubnyk's going to steer it to the corner. Connor Murphy's going to chase this one down. Voracek bumped that time by Brandon Gormley.
Nice play by Gormley. Love it. No respect there. All over Voracek, the NHL leader in points.
Two of the top 5 in points in this game on the Flyers side. You mentioned Voracek, the other one, Claude Giroux.
They have done nothing in this game. 3 shots total between the two of them. And Giroux, you can see the frustration because of the tight defensive play all over him. Frustrating, he just slammed the bench door.
Coyotes have done a really good job of carrying the puck deep in the offensive zone. I'd love to know the numbers on something like that. As this one's turned over to the front, a stop by Dubnyk. Oh, he robbed Umberger in front, the former Blue Jacket. Schultz now will play it in behind the net.
Tough break there for Keith Yandle. Blew a tire, led to that chance by Umberger.
Umberger will play it around. Came over in the Scott Hartnell trade, and it's cleared to center ice. But I'd love to know the possession time numbers, the difference from when you just dump it into carrying it deep. And the Coyotes have done a very good job of that here tonight.
Well, they've been allowed to carry it deep. That's the big thing. Philadelphia is back on their heels. They're backing right into their own zone. That's why.
Stone tries to counter. Here's Stone. He'll pick it off. Shane Doan, left side. Drops it out high, but taken away by Coburn.
Another turnover by Philadelphia. They just refuse to dump pucks in. The Coyotes, unlike Philadelphia, is up on their toes, up in the neutral zone.
Into the corner for LeCavalier. Might have been a little foreshadowing early in this hockey game when Philadelphia dumped the puck a good 6 times in the first 3.5, 4 minutes. Big hit in the corner there, and they're going to get Michael Stone. Stone says Simmons took a dive, pleading his case. As we take another look as we head to break, you be the judge. 3-0 Coyotes. Welcome back now. Time for the Taco Bell game summary. Antoine Vermette on the deflection. Vermette would get another one, put back in front of Steve Mason. Early third at 2:48. Cue the power play. And cue Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Meanwhile, Michael Stone off for a holding at 6:02. Flyers will go on the job with a man advantage for the first time this evening.
I don't know about holding, but maybe 2 minutes for being too strong. A little forearm shiver there on Simmons. Stone doesn't like it, and you look at the referee far right of your screen. No call, no call. Oh, I better call that. So a big kill coming up. You don't want to give anything back here on this penalty kill, and the penalty kill has been the issue this year. 28th in the league.
Comes out high, Stride across, and whipped wide that time. Good keep of the line by Stride, taken away. Here's an opportunity up ice as Korpikoski will chase one.
That's Voracek back. That's a forward.
Now Giroux will play it away. Penalty killers of Hansel, Korpikoski, McCulloch, and Ekman-Larsson. Talked in Coyotes Live tonight about all the different ways that Oliver touches the game. He's out there trying to kill off this Flyers power play. Giroux now, Rinkwad gets it in over the line. Voracek will wrap it around. Right in behind the net. Ekman-Larsson is there again, tries to clear it. He will.
Yeah, great stick there by Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Now down the ice it goes.
Bodker sets it up for Matt. He shoots. He hit the outside. That one didn't miss by much. Steve Mason's been a little more busy here. Shots are straight up at 20 for the game, and the Coyotes with another 54 of PK time. Over the line, Flyers offside. Oliver Ekman-Larsson. How about a vote or two for the guy?
Yeah, both him and Keith Yandel getting it done tonight, and we talked about it. The theme here tonight, yeah, Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Keith Yandel get them to the All-Star game, but when you're talking as broadcasters night in and night out and all throughout a game about those two, I mean, it's automatic. Two bright young stars.
Over the line, it's gloved by Dubnyk, and we'll get a whistle. The Coyotes, speaking of that blue line, Tyson, they've gotten a lot younger over the last couple of years. 3,800-man games opening night. The year they went to the Western Conference Finals in their lineup this year, they began the season with about 1,600, but boy, we're really not only seeing the maturation period of Oliver Ekman-Larsson over the last 3 years, but how about that man, Brandon Gormley? Gormley's had maybe just 1 or 2 hiccups in each of the last couple of games. That's been it. He's been rock solid. Giroux now sets it up to the line. Shem that time got a bit of a tug there. Back to the line, Strite, across it goes, and a shot just wide of the mark that time by Coburn. And it'll come all the way back. Erod all over Strite. Again, the Flyers force deep. 5 to go in their power play. Stone ready to be sprung. Over the line. A shot taken that time. Off the glove of Dubnyk. Stone is out, and he'll stay on the ice. And he's trying to chip it along into the corner. Martin Hansel now behind the net. Connor Murphy, big hit that time. Huge hit. I believe that was the youngster Vanderbilt.
He got laid out. Took a hit to make a play, though.
And a rough period for Connor Murphy, but he keeps moving along, and this one will be sent up ice.
This is going to be icing. Well, that line's going to have to stay out. Take this face off and get off for a line change. There's a long shift for Martin Hansel, who's sucking wind, and there was the hit on Connor Murphy, but he pops right back up. That's hockey right there. Coyotes now have called a timeout. Probably a real good decision from Dave Tippett, who doesn't want to give anything back to Philadelphia at this stage.
A timeout because they couldn't get the change due to the icing, so good strategic move here for the head coach Dave Tippett. Let's go downstairs, Todd Walsh.
Guys, to follow up on the Murphy family affair here tonight, I did talk to Gord Murphy prior to the start of the game tonight. Just saying, can you confirm what Connor told us earlier today? I asked Connor if there's any one thing he remembers his dad saying to him as he was a kid growing up playing hockey. And he said, oh yeah, move your feet. And Gord's face just lit up. He said, yes, I did say that. But you consider just how this worked out for Gord and even Connor. Remember, he was here watching his son make his National Hockey League debut because he lost his job in Florida. And now a year later, here he is behind the bench in Philadelphia watching his son play. But as Gord said again to me tonight, like he did when I first met him, all the credit should go to Mrs. Murphy because she's the one that raised him. Dave Tippett saying earlier today, guys, maybe you're already related to this, he's a young player who carries himself like a veteran because he's been around the NHL lifestyle really his whole life.
And the moms, they don't get enough credit. That is for sure. Raising their kids. Their dads are out on the road playing all the games. Driving them around, yeah, morning practices. That's mom.
Saw a lot of parents out at the ice still this morning with the teams in town, and those are the kids that are playing for the love of the game. Maybe some of them will move on, have that opportunity. You never know, and we've talked a lot about it. It's only a matter of time before Arizona starts putting multiple players into the NHL. Austin Matthews, and we talked about him earlier tonight.
And now ASU getting a Division I team. I mean, hockey is just exploding here in the Valley. Just one good thing after another, and so many hockey players, young hockey players, and Connor Murphy, his first ever NHL goal. Well, and who's in the house? Mom and Dad. There's Gord.
And by the way,
not even a smile either.
No, not even a smile. I'm sure he was still in coach mode at that appointed time. But by the way, I don't know if you know this or not, but the Coyotes organization, it's tradition. You make your NHL debut, and they fly mom and dad in, so they can be part of the event. It's just a great tradition.
That word, have we, on Tyler Gaudette's parents?
We believe they are here. Show them to you momentarily as time allows us here as this one's played out of the zone. Ross plays it in behind the net. Over the line, Raffel. Tied up beautifully that time by Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Stone sends it around. Reeder tries to jam it. Toby Reeder trying to get it out. Dave Moss helping out, and here comes Kyle Chipchura as he sends one in. I talked to Dave Moss about his defensive game, and earlier today he was talking about how Red Berenson, the head coach of the University of Michigan, really helped him along defensively. Ryan McGill, as well as American Hockey League coach in Omaha when he was with the Calgary organization. He just said they drilled it into him. And I'm telling you, they are a different team with Dave Moss in terms of a defensive squad as this one is sent in and handled by Steve Mason. Meanwhile, the NHL debut tonight of Tyler Gaudette. His mom and dad are here. Right along the edge there, Joel and Sandra. Welcome to the desert. 3-0 Coyotes.
Well, if you're just joining us, we are asking you to stuff the ballots tonight. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, Keith Yandel, send them to Columbus for the NHL All-Star Game. And Oliver Ekman-Larsson, of course, with that third goal for the Coyotes as they lead 3-0. Jody Jackson with you here from the broadcast balcony. We'll be with you for our post-game show, Coyotes Live, presented by CenturyLink. Join us after the game. So far, Devan Dubnyk looking for a shutout here, guys. And actually, Devan told me earlier today he would love to see OEL there at the All-Star Game to see what he wears on the red carpet, guys, because he said he's the best-dressed guy in the NHL.
He's got his own clothing line, right? I mean,
I guess.
That's right. Pair of his Ginch on right now, don't you, Matt?
played out of the corner. You know, there's really no rebuttal to that.
I forgot the filter. It's all right. Ginch, I hate that word.
Didn't he steal Christmas? Played back in. Big hit that time, Connor Murphy. He goes right back after Van de Velde. That's a little payback there. This shot blocked away. Out of the corner. Flyers trying to create something here. Connor Murphy let it go behind the net. Martin Erad is there to take it away. And Sam Gagner.
Oh, good patience there by Gagner. And I just love him on the wing.
Finding a home on that right side.
Yeah, you let a guy like Martin Hansel do all the heavy lifting and leave the offense to Sam Gagner. I believe he got another point here tonight. Point streak to 4 games now.
Played right back in. And behind the net, Gaudette. Now it's played out of there. Flyers bring it back. Sean Couturier. Lead pass. Umberger hits the trailer. Streit. Now Streit looking around to the front. They score. Oh, that was a thing of beauty. Flyers are on the board as they get their first of the night. Streit with eyes in the back of his head. Well, he sets up Umberger. It's 3-1.
Yeah, that was a big-time play there by R.J. Umberger. His 4th of the season. Coyotes 2 players go down to block the shot. Nobody picks up the guy in front. You look at Devan Dubnyk. What does he see? Well, he just sees number 24. He didn't even know that puck was passed across by Streit to Umberger. He's looking right in the back of Reed's jersey. Good things happen when you stand in front.
That's center Bacher now on the left side. Flips it past Coburn. Back to the front. Opportunity. Stone with a shot. And a drive by Vermette. Can't finish it off.
At number 14, Sean Couturier.
Right back to center. To get over the line. Stone's going to go after it, but this one's going to be covered by Dubnyk.
From Streit and Couturier at 12.
Couturier with the other assist.
Other Arizona-born player, Couturier.
First goal Tyson allowed by the Coyotes in 107 minutes, 56 seconds.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Devan Dubnyk's got to stand tall here once again.
Flyers will have another push, and they bring it back to the line. McDonald. Right in behind the net. Giroux now into the corner. Taken away by Reeder, and he'll chip it past 2-on-1 here. Reeder's got room. Reeder to the net. He stopped and a rebound. Oh, just sent wide by Ekman-Larsson.
Well, the Coyotes have drawn a... they're taking a penalty.
Yeah.
Excuse me. It's going to be, it looks like Dave Moss.
Voracek, it comes to the front. A shot and a stop by Dubnyk.
What a stop. Schenn had that label top glove. Oh, that goes in, and that is there.
Phoenix 18, interference on the goaltender.
In a boatload of hurt. Reeder. Nice shot. Big save by Mason, and Oliver Ekman-Larsson can't handle the bobbling puck. And then Moss, going hard to the net, just runs into Steve Mason.
Moss tried to pull up, but
even if that puck did go in by Oliver Ekman-Larsson, that wouldn't have counted.
Yeah, wouldn't have counted it.
But now, 6:51 to go. A power play for Philadelphia, down by 2.
0 for 1 with a shot on goal. The momentum now swinging to the Flyers. Giroux. He shoots, blocked away by Zibinick McCulloch. Back to the line, Streit. Now Streit holding on to it for Giroux. Streit try to work one to the front. Giroux now on the left side with the puck. Claude Giroux. Back to the line, Stride. He takes a shot just wide. Comes back in front. McCulloch swatting away at it. Coyotes going to try to get it out. They can't. Great keep there by Philadelphia. Stride has it for Giroux. Now Giroux going down low. So good with the puck. Giroux flips it out high. Stride is there to Giroux. Giroux, wrister, wide of the mark. It's kept. Voracek has it along the far side. Back to the front. A stop that time. Oh, what a stop on the deflection. Devan Dubnyk again.
Oh, they're just looking for the redirects in front. What a save by Devan Dubnyk. Square once again to the puck. Oh, and Simmons is going berserk back there as Hansel had Giroux in the reverse chicken wing, I believe. Rattle the pots and pans. Love to take Giroux off the ice at this point. Keep an eye on Devan Dubnyk. And McCulloch allowing Dubnyk to see that point shot in the redirect as Schenn goes hard to the net.
And Schenn was getting reefed on by Oliver Ekman-Larsson at the end there. And this is why he had the puck covered, and then here comes Schenn. A little shot, a little Ron Hextall, if you will. Minute 7 left in that penalty to Dave Moss. 49 hits now for the Coyotes here tonight. That's a season high, eclipsing their mark of 44 set a couple of nights ago against Anaheim. 93 hits over the last 2. They need a stop here on the penalty kill. Voracek tried to get it to the front. Clear to the line, but not out. Doan out there helping to kill this penalty off. To the line, McDonald. Across, Voracek stopped that time by Dubnyk. Play to the corner, Ekman-Larsson tied up. He'll play it in behind the net, and McCulloch will clear down the length of the ice.
Oh, and Umberger wants a penalty. He took a high stick up in the mouth area.
They'll bring it along, right back in. Dubnyk will steer it behind the net. Goes high off the boards, trying to get it out. He can't. Comes around. Couturier plays it in behind the net. Back to the line. McDonald. Couturier got it right to the net, and that pinballs into the corner and out by the right point. McDonald with it. He shoots. That's set wide. 3 Philadelphia shots on this power play. Nearly over. As it's sent around, LeCavalier tries to get it out high. Here's a chance. Couturier on the deflection, and they score. And it's 3-2. Won't be a power play goal, but the Flyers pull to 1.
You could feel this one coming too. All sorts of pressure in front of Devan Dubnyk. This is going to be Umberger's goal. His 2nd of the hockey game, 5th of the season. It's been all about front net presence in this game, both for Arizona and the Flyers here tonight. That puck goes around the boards. Cavalier just throws it at the net. There's the shot with the redirect in front. Oliver Ekman-Larsson doesn't pick up the stick of Umberger. He puts it past Dubnyk. No chance on the play.
Umberger is 2nd of the game.
Coyotes need a shift here. Ice is tilted very much so in Philadelphia's favor.
Photo finish here tonight in Glendale. Assist to Couturier, along with Vincent LeCavalier.
At number 40, Vincent LeCavalier. Penalty on 15-13 of the 3rd period.
Over the line, but this play is offside, down to 4:18. What a finish here tonight. CenturyLink link to what's next. Time to go out with the old and in with the new. New Year's Eve will be in Dallas. That's Wednesday night. Coverage starts with Coyotes Live, presented by CenturyLink at 5:30 on Fox Sports Arizona Plus. By the way, the Dallas Stars won tonight. They stopped the Rangers' 8-game winning streak. R.J. Umberger is on a streak of his own with a pair of goals here in the 3rd period of play to set this up for a photo finish.
Oh, what a hockey game we've had here. Sold-out barn here at Gila River. It's a rocking atmosphere. Not disappointed.
Played in behind the net and around the boards. Wayne Simmons is back out. Doan will reverse it. Steve Mason had to let that one go into the corner. Under 4 minutes remaining. Coburn now. And Antoine Vermette, but it's played out to Simmons. We'll move it along. Braden Shen try to work it to the front. Opportunity here and a wide open. Stopped by Dubnyk there. Oh, man.
Oh, man, that's right. Martin
How in the world did Luke Shen get that wide open?
Yeah, Martin Hansel came on the ice, and we'll take a look here. The Coyotes had a forward caught up ice. Martin Hansel tries to get back into the picture. As you look at, I believe that was Antoine Vermette that got caught up with the Philadelphia Flyers defenseman. Nobody picks up the forward all alone.
Well, they'll do it again to the left of goaltender Devan Dubnyk. Couturier in there on the draw against Hansel. Hansel here at Gagne. Flyers will keep it. Reed sent it to the net. Stop that time. And a rebound. Oh, and Dubnyk got that one. Flyers are bringing it. Reed now into the corner. Reed tried to work it to the front. It's bouncing around. Yandel try to chip it along. And this one is out of the zone. They say it deflected off a Flyers player, so the icing is waved off. Big break there for the Coyotes. Reed now plays it in behind the net. Now Reed goes after it. Bumped that time by Ekman-Larsson. Played in behind. McCulloch reverses it there, and Ekman-Larsson plays it right back to McCulloch now. Very patient with the puck out of the cross. Ekman-Larsson will get it to center. Gagne with it. Avoids the icing as he crosses center. Quick change, Tyson. Coyotes get a fresh set out there.
Yeah, short and hard. That's the secret at this stage.
Devan Dubnyk will try to wrap it around. Finds Ekman-Larsson. Flipped out of the zone and lofted all the way back. Mason had to play this, and he's going to hold on to get a face-off as Dave Moss was on top.
I like that play there by Dave Moss. He wasn't going to give Mason an inch to play that puck. This is exactly where the Coyotes want this face-off. 200 feet from their net, and Dave Moss knows it. He allows Mason to play this puck who wanted to. Back they come the other way. Now if the Coyotes can win this face-off, it's just the little things that matter the most when you're trying to kill clock.
Vermette and Couturier. Reed trying to move it along. Flyers will look to get it out. Thrown back to center. Sent right back in by Stone. Coburn now. Schultz cleared it to center. Backing over the line it goes. Good angle off play there. Keith Yandel. Taken away as the puck ends up in behind the net. Strike. Now Reed reverses it. Goes behind the net. Umberger. Look to get it to the front. Extra attacker out now for the Flyers. Doan will work it back to center. Chance for Bottker as he gets it in over the line. So the empty net. With a minute 33 to go. Right behind. Dubnyk will send it around. Up the boards. Erat can't clear. Good clear that time on the deflection by Martin Hansel.
Dave Tippett's got his most reliable players on the ice.
Chance, and that's sent wide by Hansel. He'll take another swat at it, and he just missed wide. Two cracks at it for number 11, Martin Hansel.
Let's hope that doesn't come back to bite the Coyotes.
Hansel again, try to get it to the open net, turn the other way, Flyers back, here they come. Over the line with Giroux. Claude Giroux, back out high, straight into the corner, Giroux with it. Now Giroux as we've gone under, a minute to go, stopped by Dubnyk. Right to left slide, and he makes the save.
Right in the wheelhouse. Lecavalier, Claude Giroux puts it on a tee for him. Zips it across. Everybody's watching Giroux. Nobody picks him up except Devan Dubnyk. Watch Dubnyk, the movement right to left. Talk about reading plays, squaring up to the puck. And again, no rebound. Kaviolé gets all of that one as well. There's the movement we talked about. Big 6'6" frame.
Vinny just kind of shaking his head in disbelief. Timeout, meanwhile, called by the Flyers. Coyotes burned their timeout earlier on a icing call. What is Dave Tippett saying inside the Coyotes huddle?
He's saying win a face-off. Block everything and battle. Anything goes. Prison rules at this point of the hockey game. Whack, hack, use the glass. The glass is your friend at this stage of the game. The glass takes the speed off the puck and gets it out into the neutral zone, which is the safety zone right now.
50.1 remaining in the third period. Empty Flyers net. And they get an offensive zone face-off to the left of Devan Dubnyk. Controlled by Philadelphia. Into the corner it goes. Voracek. Across now. Giroux. That was in his skates. Coyotes trying to get it out. Poked free. Korpikoski can't bang it out. Now Korpikoski gets it right back for Hansel. He looks up ice. Martin Hansel to Vermette. The hat trick. Antoine Vermette has made it 4-2. Antoine Vermette, and what a night.
Well, his fourth career hat trick. We're still not sure if he's got it. We're still thinking that Shane Doan got that first goal, but it doesn't matter. That is a monster of a goal there. And the nail in the coffin with 28 seconds left in this game for the Flyers, who came with a push. What a play by Hansel.
8, 9, and 10 officially for Antoine Vermette. But again, we think that it was Shane Doan all the way, and Antoine Vermette even said that he didn't touch it on the first one back in the opening period. Won't matter. That's academic. Coyotes win streak hits 3 as they head off to Dallas for a New Year's Eve showdown against the Dallas Stars. And Devan Dubnyk was rock solid when the team needed him the most.
Wow, what a game for Dubnyk once again. Getting the job done, making those big saves at critical junctures of this hockey game. That last one on Lecavalier from the feed by Giroux, the biggest one in the last 3 games. Devan Dubnyk is the man tonight.
Devan Dubnyk on the night, 30 saves. Antoine Vermette officially on the night with 3 goals.
That's coming up next.
And the Coyotes have momentum heading to Dallas. They won in Edmonton prior to the Christmas break. They took down the NHL's best team the other night in the Anaheim Ducks in the shootout. And tonight, they take down a Metro team from the East, the Philadelphia Flyers.
Wow, that is good stuff. Coyotes building some momentum, as you talked about. Getting goals from the right players, and more importantly, playing the right way. Defense first, solid goaltending. They're getting it done.
So the Coyotes heading off the ice here. As I mentioned, that game in Dallas on Wednesday night. Shane Doan, the last. Let's send it to public address announcer Paul Sura for tonight's Bequema Hotel and Casino 3 stars of the game.
And here are tonight's Ganem Jewelers 3 stars of the game as selected by your Coyotes broadcast team. Tonight's 3rd star, scoring a goal on the night from your Coyotes, number 23, Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Tonight's 2nd star, making 30 big saves from your Coyotes, number 40, Devan Dubnyk. And tonight's 1st star with 2 goals and an assist on the night from your Coyotes, number 50, Antoine Vermette.
And our coverage continues here at ice level with one of the 3 stars of the night, goaltender Devan Dubnyk. And don't look now, they're calling your name. This team has just won 3 in a row. I'll get to that in a moment, but this one felt a lot like April, didn't it?
Yeah, it got a little hairy at the end there. That's a skilled team that we know is going to push, and a little bit of an unfortunate call on the goal interference at the other end. But we almost killed it off, but that makes that win feel a little better when we're able to hold on like that.
Tell me about that save right over here on LeCavalier. Did you see it?
I did. I just try to make sure that I don't lose the puck on Giroux. Make sure I can see it the whole time, and I know he's looking for either slot or far side there. So just be ready to go and try to keep my eyes on the puck the whole time.
Before I let you go, you and I have had a running dialogue about this over the last little bit. Let's share it again. What is it about this team that you're seeing in front of you, Devan, that's leading to these victories?
It's just the confidence is building. We're making great decisions. We're controlling the puck in the other end, and I think we're defending really hard. You can see teams getting frustrated when they have extended pressure in our end, and they can't really get anything to the net, and that's exactly how we want to play.
Enjoy the trip to Dallas. Happy New Year. We'll see you when you get back.
Thank you.
Devan Dubnyk, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take a break. Our coverage continues. Coyotes Live is coming up in a matter of moments, but as we go to a break, here's another look at that huge save on Vinny LeCavalier from point-blank range, keeping the Coyotes in the win column here tonight. When we come back, Jody Jackson will kick off Coyotes Live, our post-game coverage. We have player reaction, head coach Jake Tippett, and so much more. Stick around. We'll be back.